Coming up on the road to WAC Vegas, the holidays are over and conference play gets underway this week. New Mexico State returns to the site of their only loss in conference play last season. Kansas City and new head coach Billy Donlin open up WAC play with two big home games. On the women's side, Bakersfield travels to Grand Canyon. We'll talk with Loeb's head coach Nicole Powell. That's all ahead on the road to WAC Vegas.
I'm Greg McCall, head women's basketball coach at CSU Bakersfield. This is the road to WAC Vegas.
New Mexico State going on to the tournament. Just a phenomenal game. What college basketball is all about.
Hi, I'm Nicole Powell. I'm the head coach of women's basketball at Grand Canyon University, and this is the road to WAC Vegas.
Welcome to the road to WAC Vegas. I'm Rachel Vigil. It's now 2020 and WAC schools are focusing their vision on the conference tournament, which is only 2 months away. Last year, the New Mexico State men won the WAC regular season championship with a record of 15-1. Their only conference loss came at California Baptist. And that's where the Aggies start their road to WAC Vegas this season. In that game last year, CBU's guard Milan Aqua led the Lancers with 36 points as they shocked NM State 82-76. Check out the action on Saturday, January 4th at 7 p.m. Pacific time on ESPN+. Also on Plus, Grand Canyon and CSU Bakersfield open up their conference seasons in Southern California at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Our WAC Digital Network featured men's game of the week is Utah Valley at Kansas City. Both teams have new head coaches as Mark Madsen is in his first season in Orem, Utah, and Billy Donlin is also in his first year in KC. That is a 7 p.m. Central Time start on Saturday on the WDN. Opening night is Thursday, January 2nd. The Roos will host Seattle U while Chicago State entertains UVU. Both games are 7 p.m. Central Time starts on the WAC Digital Network. And UTRGV visits California Baptist at 7 Pacific on the WDN. Coming up next on the road to WAC Vegas, we will talk with Grand Canyon women's head coach Nicole Powell and see what her strategy is to get a dub in their WAC opener. We'll be right back.
In the WAC, we value sportsmanship on the field,
on the track, on the court, in the pool,
and in the stands.
We take pride in playing fair and being honest.
We honor the game by showing respect for our opponents,
the officials,
the fans, and our team.
Great sportsmanship is about keeping everything in perspective.
It's about taking ownership after a loss.
And being humble after a win.
We hope you'll team up with us by staying positive on the sidelines.
Because great sportsmanship is what unites us.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
Welcome back to the road to WAC Vegas. I'm Rachel Vigil. We're joined by the head coach for women's basketball at Grand Canyon, Nicole Powell. Coach, how are you doing today?
Doing great, thank you.
Conference play starts up January 2nd. You and your Lopes teams will play on the 4th against CSU Bakersfield. What changes, if any, do you see from your team as conference play starts up?
The biggest thing for us is just continuing to grow. So, of course, we always study our opponents and all of that, but truly the main thing is, are we turning into and growing into who we need to be offensively, defensively, toughness, just maturing and understanding how to be college basketball players with my young group. And I'm hoping that we'll really see a big difference come that time with all of the non-conference already finished.
How would you say that your team is more focused?
I think they're just getting it. You know, it takes time to get experience. It takes time to figure out who you are as a college athlete, what's your routine, how to get mentally ready, how to get those mental reps in. Because, you know, when you're in season, you don't get a lot of physical reps, right? So you've got to be able to take learning and you got to take stuff from film and be able to apply it quickly. And I think my team is really growing in that area.
Last year in the WAC tournament, you lost to CSU Bakersfield in the first round. How do you beat a Greg McCall team that has beat you guys twice in a row?
You know, I got to give credit to Coach. He does a great job there. He's been there a long time. They're physical and tough and have an identity in who they are. Again, for us, it's just being who we need to be. You know, I've got some great guards, and I'm really challenging them on their assist-to-turnover ratio, for example. I'm really trying to get into the stats and help them to understand how to run our team and how to be successful. And the same for all of our players at whatever position they are. Do your job. That's what we focus on. Do your job. Doesn't matter who we're playing. The standard is the same. The expectation is the same for you to go out and contribute to our team.
How can you use that as motivation going into this week?
You know, my kids just want to win. So when you're competitive, you want to be your best, and you want to get after it and get dubs, right? Taking an L, even when it's a growing opportunity, is okay, but it's no fun. Winning is fun, and my kids love to win, and so I think they're self-motivated. They're motivated as a group. I mean, those are the things we talk about, growing each and every day, growing each week. But at the same time, my kids want to go get dubs. So I know that they're focused and inspired.
Senior Deja Daniel leads the WAC in rebounding and the Lopes in scoring through mid-December. What qualities does she have that have allowed her to acquire those stats?
And I'm so glad that you asked me that question, because I am so proud of her. She's just tough. You know, I call her, she's a warrior. And she wants to do great, not just for herself, but she's really committed to her teammates. And that's what drives her. And she's just willing to do whatever it takes, you know, and that's guarding the other team's best player. If that's getting a lot of buckets, she plays as hard as she can every possession. And that's what we ask of our kids, and she epitomizes that.
How nice as a coach is it to have somebody on your squad that you're able to just call upon whenever?
Oh my gosh, it's a luxury. Every coach wants this. And this is also why Deja is such a great example for our team, because I can say, you guys, this is what we need from you, right? Everybody on our team is valuable. Whatever your role is, however many minutes you play, we have to be able to count on you. Your team has to know what you're going to bring to the table every single night. Deja's an example of that. Her teammates love her. You know, she'll do anything for them. And so they really are inspired by her, look up to her. And it's pretty fun seeing what she's doing, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she'll do in conference.
Point guard Jada Holland earned WAC Player of the Week on November 18th. She also leads the WAC in assists throughout mid-December as well. What qualities have you seen from her as a freshman that allowed her to just jump right into it?
I think she's just really mature. You know, we know what she's capable of. She knows that. She takes coaching extremely well. And I think that's a gift, to be quite frank. You know, she doesn't let her ego get involved. She understands that we just want the best out of her, so we're able to watch film, and she's able to translate that onto the court in the very next practice and improve. And so we're seeing small improvements on a daily basis, which then eventually add up. And I think it's wonderful that she's earned those accolades. And man, I'm excited to see what she'll do this year and over the next few years, to be honest.
As a team, GCU is shooting better than any other WAC team from three-point land. How would you say you're putting an emphasis on that this season?
You know what? I just want everybody to do their job. So shooters got to shoot no matter what's going on. That's their job. You know, shooting is something, again, every coach in America loves shooters and being able to fill it up. And so we do work on shooting. That's an emphasis for us. Our kids who aren't quite, you know, at the percentage that we're looking for are working on it, you know, every day. But I also think it goes back to the summer. You know, it's just a skill that you've got to work on. And I think at some point, if you put the time and effort in, and you've got to have some good coaching, make sure your form's right, everybody can be a great shooter. It takes work. And we've got some kids who have been training that their whole lives, and now we're seeing the fruits of that.
Perfect, Coach. Well, best of luck in conference play. We do appreciate you coming on today.
Thanks so much. Lopes up.
Nicole Powell with Grand Canyon Women's Basketball. We'll be right back with the Road to WAC Vegas. We've got more women's hoops coming up and a way for you to win tickets to WAC Vegas. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Road to WAC Vegas. As we just heard from Nicole Powell, Saturday's WAC opener against CSU Bakersfield is a huge game. And it's our WAC Digital Network featured women's basketball game of the week. The Lopes host the Runners. GCU was picked 7th in the preseason coaches poll, while Bakersfield checked in at number 5. That's a 2 p.m. Mountain Time start from the Valley of the Sun. We have 3 women's games on opening night for conference play on the WAC Digital Network. Those games are headlined by New Mexico State hosting California Baptist. The Aggies and Lancers were picked 1 and 2 in the preseason coaches poll. Chicago State is at Utah Valley, and Kansas City visits Seattle U. Those games are all on the WDN. On Saturday, CBU travels to UTRGV. Seattle U hosts Chicago State, and Kansas City faces Utah Valley. This show is called The Road to WAC Vegas, and we want to put you on the road to WAC Vegas as well. Each week we will have contests that you can enter to win tickets to the WAC basketball tournament at the Orleans Arena. For this week's contest, since we're in a new decade, we decided to look back at the past one. Tell us your favorite WAC moment of the past 10 years. Use the hashtag HeyRachel to enter the contest. You can make sure to get your tickets to WAC Vegas by buying them also. Just go to the WAC Sports website and click on the WAC Vegas tickets button. For the WAC Visual Network, I'm Rachel Vigil.